Students, a very good morning to all of you. Today we will look at the summary of the lesson. This is Jodi's fawn. In this story, Jodi's father is bitten by a rattlesnake snake. He quickly kills a doe and uses its hurt and lives to draw out the poison. Jodi wonders what will happen to the little fawn left without its mother. In the first stanza, we have seen that Jodi has a father and a mother. Father name is Penny, and he was bitten by a rattlesnake. And in order to save himself, he kills a doe and uses its hurt and liver to draw out the poison. And about which Jodi is wondered, and he is thinking and thinking only about the little fawn who is now without his mother. Jodi could not forget the incident. He loved the little fawn. His father, Penny, lay in a bed. Jodi inquired after his health. Penny said he had escaped death narrowly. He felt proud of his son for his help. He owed his life to the she deer or the doe whom he had killed to press out the snake poison in his body. Jodi could not forget the incident. Means that Jodi is not only wondered, but at times he remembers that incident of killing the fawn's mother. He really loved the little fawn. He was thinking only that how could the little fawn, be able to survive without mother. He would die with hunger if he is not saved, if he is not brought back home and taken proper care. Jodi was worried about the little fawn. He wanted to find the fawn and bring it home. Penny allowed the boy to save the little animal. It would be ungrateful to leave the fawn to starve. Doc Wilson also supported Jodi. Here in the third paragraph, Jodi is showing his worriness. Rather, we should say that he is very much worried. He wants the fawn to get back home, for which he requests his father to allow him to do so. Another character, Doc Wilson, probably one of the neighbor of Jodi's family, also supports him. Jodi decided to go to the forest with Melville in search of the fawn. He hoped to be back from home before dinner. The two rode out. Jodi had a vague idea of the place where his father had been bitten by the snake. The bushes were thick, so he proposed to go on foot. The twigs under his feet creaked and broke the silence. In the fourth paragraph, let us see. Here the Jodi has taken his decision to go to the forest in order to bring the fawn with the Melville. Not only this, he also promised to his mother that he would return before the dinner. Melville and the Jodi rode out. When they approached the jungle, he wanted to go inside the thick bushes on foot. Therefore, he asked the Melville to return back. However, the responsible Melville suggested him that it would be unprotective to stay here in the jungle alone, being a small boy. But Jodi said that he would manage each and everything nicely. Suddenly he saw a large vulture-like bird flying into the air. Soon he found that many birds were feeding on the dead body of the doe. He threw his stick at them to keep them away. The incident had occurred only 24 hours ago. He went round but did not find the fawn. Even the footprints on the grass had been washed away in the rain. In the next paragraph, students, we can see that Jodi has finally entered the thick forest where he would be able to discover the fawn. He saw the dead body of the mother doe on which vulture-like creatures were feeding. He then threw a stick to drive them away. 24 hours had already passed. He went and searched everywhere in the bushes. but unfortunately he could not find the fawn. His footprints also had disappeared and washed away because it had rained last night. Just then he was startled to see the fawn lifting its face. It was shaking. Jody walked up to it and put his arms around his body. Skin was soft and clean. It did not kick, not bleed. He starved. He saved its face from the thorny plants. He picked up and walked as fast as he could until he came to the intersection with the road home. When tired, he set it down and rested for a while. He again carried it on his arms to some distance. In this paragraph, dear students, we can see that after finally finding the fawn, he is startled, surprised. He is very joyful as soon as he discovers the fawn. Now he thinks that, is he really he who has discovered the fawn? He touches his body, which was soft and clean. He neither kicked nor bleed. He picked it up into his lap and started walking to the road. When tired, he set it down and rested for a while. He again carried it in this way. Finally, he reached home and took the fawn into his father's room. Penny was glad to see it. Jody gave it milk to drink. He dipped his fingers into the milk and let it suck. Then he drank off the last drop of milk. Jody was happy now. At last, dear students, in the last paragraph, we can see that finally Jody reaches his home with the fawn carrying on his arms. He reached his father's room where Penny was sleeping. Having seen Jody and the fawn, he became very glad. Now Jody had an idea. He got the milk from the kitchen and put it in the gourd, and by dipping its fingers into the milk, he let the fawn suck it. In this way, the whole lot of milk was drunk by the fawn. Jody was happy now. In this way, students, chapter has completed. I think you would have understood it. Next thing in the next video. Thank you so much.